So I have this conspiracy when it comes to fishing lures and what you may have heard in a video or things other pros have taught you years ago. And they may have changed because so many people have found out about what you learned and tried that on your lake, therefore causing the fish to become pressured to that situation and doing something completely 180 degrees the other direction. What I mean by that is if you watch a video on buzz baits, probably the most likely things you're going to hear about a buzz bait is, you throw it year round, 55-degree water temp. It's the best in the fall. It's like any great topwater bait, works really good later in the year. It's a good summertime bait. Anytime you have a bunch of little shad flickering around on the surface, a buzzbait does really good imitating that. Now, that's what I used to go by when I buzzbait fished. I love to throw it in the fall. Anytime there was a good topwater bite, I threw it and I felt like I was targeting big fish with it. That's what I learned from all the videos I watched, but I think everyone else saw the same videos I saw. If you go and look at the #1 buzzbait video, it probably has 500,000 views. That means that how many times from what you learned in that video was implied on your lake? A lot of times. Those fish have been fished for in those types of conditions, those times a year with a buzzbait because of how much information we have on YouTube and other places. So what I have started to figure out is that you can throw a buzzbait other times of the year where most people think it's not a good bait. I've seen it work for me the best when the water is down below 55, like super cold. Like in March when the water is still in the low 50s, caught them the best on that. Or caught them like late fall when the water has really cooled off into like November and December where you're thinking it's too cold to catch them on topwater. That's when I've caught them the best. Like if you were to ask me just on my experiences fishing Lake Gunnersville, I would tell you the best time to throw a buzzbait is not in the summer. It's not in September when the days start getting shorter. It is when the water is very cold, like December, November, and then go back towards the springtime like March. Now, I think there was a time when the buzzbait worked how they say it's supposed to work, but my conspiracy theory is that there's so much information out there nowadays and it's so readily available compared to 10, 20, 30 years ago when nobody knew anything about these baits. There were only a few guys, the professional fishermen, that really understood it. They had a small network amongst other pros, and it didn't get out like it gets out now. The word travels fast in bass fishing nowadays. So try to go outside the box. If they're not biting it on certain days when you think they should, they may bite it on days when you think they shouldn't.